You have to pull your espressos longer. It's not a totally unusual thing to say nowadays, but the first time I heard the idea of a long pull was at one of my first barista jobs, and it was the reasoning behind that advice that caught my attention. This was around 2015 after a guest sent back their espresso and insisted that if you have good coffee, you have to pull it longer if you want to taste it. Essentially, he was insisting that longer shots show off more of the coffee's characteristics and are therefore better. And that's an interesting idea, but is it as straightforward as they made it out to be back then? We pulled shots longer for them, which they happily drank, but at the time I certainly had trouble wrapping my head around it. We were pulling double ristrettos, which were around 1-to-1, and we were under the impression that blonding, when your espresso became, well, blonde, would just wreck your shots. But the longer shots were interesting and honestly memorable because it was the first time that my idea of what good coffee was had been challenged so directly. So why would you pull a shot short, and why would you pull a shot long? And is one really inherently better than the other? Short shots are usually much more intense in both sweetness and bitterness. They lend themselves well to coffees with less acidity regardless of the roast level. If the balance is right, short shots can amplify sweetness and have loads of texture. They also tend to have more intense crema, which, although it does add some bitterness, can be a very welcome component to the shot. Not to mention that this style of shot complements milk extremely well. Long shots, on the other hand, can feel more like an intense filter coffee. They tend to work with coffees that are a lot more complex and have higher acidity. The mouthfeel is more juicy, but with much less texture. And I'm purposefully avoiding prescriptive language around lighter or darker roasts because it's just not always the case that one favors short shots over long. But sure, you can probably assume that dark coffees should be pulled short and light coffees should be pulled long, and you'd probably be right a lot of the time, but it's really more about the coffee itself rather than the roast profile. Now, before I set up some shots, I think it's helpful to understand the concepts of brew strength and extraction in terms of how shorter and longer shots might behave. These concepts took me a little while to understand, and I think that it helps to think of things more in terms of the quality of flavor versus the strength of those flavors. So extraction can affect whether the coffees you're tasting are sweet and balanced, overly acidic, or overly bitter, just to name a few examples. And brew strength is the concentration of all of those flavors in the cup. So when I'm talking about extraction, I'm referring to the quality and development of flavors in the coffee. Sour generally being under-extracted and bitter being over-extracted. And when I'm talking about strength, I'm trying to express how strong all of those flavors come through. Quite literally, how much coffee relative to the water there is. And to further complicate things, strength actually plays quite a large role in your perception of those flavors. A very high brew strength can make flavors feel more intense, which can be a good thing for very sweet coffees, but can muddle flavors of more complex coffees and really overemphasize acidity in some cases. A relatively lower brew strength can lend a hand to flavor clarity and separation, but at the expense of texture and intensity. Generally speaking, when you have a very high brew strength with espresso, it can be difficult to get well-extracted flavors because there is less water moving through the coffee. If not done well, these types of shots can be very sour and very intense, kind of like soy sauce sometimes. As you pull shots longer though, the brew strength will go down, but there is more opportunity to extract flavors that you want out of the coffee. And yes, they may even be easier to taste, as my old regular put it. And of course, I certainly have my own preferences, as I'm sure you do as well, when it comes to these two styles of espresso, and it honestly varies from day to day. When an old school chocolatey ristretto hits just right, it is an incredible experience. But so is a very well executed honey process or even a geisha pulled way longer with juicy, fruity mouthfeel and floral aromas and all that stuff. The two experiences are completely different, no doubt, but they can both be amazing if done well. So the other day I chose a coffee that I thought could do well both ways, and I dialed it in for a 1-to-1, a 1-to-2, and a 1-to-3 shot. The texture is pretty crazy. It's definitely bright and acidic and sweet. Almost has like a cola thing going on. I think the texture is my favorite thing about this. The flavors are good too, but I feel like there are some things in there that are slightly out of balance, but not in a way that is, totally off-putting. Still a really good mouthfeel, but not that kind of creamy, like super high texture. Also, the flavors are not jumping out at me as aggressively. This is a lot more balanced, a lot more pleasant. I can see why most people roll with this as a recipe, and that's honestly what I do a lot of times as a starting point too. Yummy. That is interesting. Starting to get obviously way more dilute, but I'm kind of losing acidity and starting to lose concentration of flavors in a way that I don't particularly like. Yeah, I do like the texture of this shot. I like the mouthfeel of this shot. It's just that the flavors are not really coming through, and it may be because of, losing that pressure at the very end, but hard to say. Definitely have had some really tasty 1 to 3 shots in the past. This unfortunately is not one of them. Okay, so should you pull your espressos longer? It really depends, not just on the coffee, but also on your own personal taste. Rule of thumb says to pull darker coffees shorter and lighter ones longer, but that doesn't always work the way you might think. So I want to challenge you to try different things out the way my old cafe regular challenged me at the time. And as you experiment, try and collect recipes in your head as you go that really stand out for different coffees and for your own preferences. You might be surprised at the results, just like I was with this light roast that made amazing ristretto shots.